Ley lines, or what I also refer to as spirit lines and lines of consciousness, originate from fields of consciousness which are located in America's Northeast and Southern Ontario, Canada. You are looking at a field of consciousness. A ley line begins from an originator. It passes over a field emanating divine love, compassion. It absorbs some of that divine love and then heads to the farthest corners of the world. All of the earth is covered by ley lines. The consciousness in a ley line interacts with everything it comes in contact with on its journey. Sadly, this diminishes and sullies it. Sometimes even a field of consciousness becomes impotent. All these spirit lines form a network that blankets the world. This network of ley lines also becomes a highway of sorts for beings in the unseen world. Portals, or station stops, are often found at the intersection of several ley lines. I emphasize often to indicate they are not found at the intersections of ley lines all of the time. Are the station stops on the ley system strictly for beings to get on or off the network of ley lines? Or are they also a portal that allows beings from other realities entry to the hidden world around us? You're in my backyard right now. We're looking at an embankment, a garden area with a little grass path that goes up. Gets pretty washed out. There's a bunch of white stuff marking lines of consciousness, spirit lines, or what many call ley lines there. They're intersecting, and close to them is a portal. And again, portals, gateways, station stops, what do you want to call them, are found close to the intersection of ley lines very often. My dog is traipsing through that area right now. To the left you can see some ivy. That is an area I used to meditate in quite aggressively for years. It rests on a stacked field of 10 consciousness, and again, these fields of consciousness where ley lines emanate from are meant to nourish the world with soul-raising, soul-nourishing consciousness. Again, this is the birthplace of democracy. The women's great souls, great events are found here. But they're powerful places that nourish your soul. But anyway, these ley lines also act as a pneumatic of sorts of travel, like a pneumatic tube that beings in other realms can. And I've noticed them entering and coming from the portal area. So that orange cushion, back in 2005, I went to Toronto, Ontario, to a class, a pranayama class, yoga class of sorts, and while there were several hundred people, and you know, these large gatherings, always you can pick up all sorts of stuff, and I picked this fellow up. I came home with him, and he was a spirit that had been dead for I guess at least 150, I would imagine 200-300 years. Traditional garb, kind of like these baggy pants, fluffy at the top near the thigh and colorful, and it wasn't such a bad guy. There was nothing really wrong with him, but the problem was that he was so annoying. He was always following me, and next to me. We're not talking, 5-10 feet. We're talking like a foot or two away from my body all the time. And then it was, and that later that summer when I was meditating here in the backyard, that was when I was probably doing 2+ hours a day meditating, sometimes a multiple of that, in these powerful fields, that I noticed him walking up, and when I was meditating, visualizing it, and he just disappeared right where those staffs are, and that's when I discovered a portal. And then I began to notice other beings coming and entering my yard, my property, through that general area, and I would eventually douse out what became known as a portal or a station stop on the ley system that provides, in addition to its divine purpose of nourishing our soul, provides, transportation for beings in other realms. So that's it. But anyway, let me kind of close in. I'll just give you a better glimpse of it, what it is here, but you can see it. It's a cushion there. Here's a close-up of it. I've only etched out a few of the spirit lines or ley lines. There's just a ton of them there. I don't want to get into the whole thing, but again, it's the intersection of several ley lines that that create the sort of, or portals are found next to them. So that's it. All right, we're in the woods right now, and I want to show you that there's these sort of station stops or portals all over the place, all over the world. We are now looking at these staffs mark 5 energy lines converging in this one area. My cushion again marks the station stop, the portal, whatever you want to call it, to the unseen world. So this is where beings would either, you know, enter or stop here to enter our world. But anyway, these ley lines, these spirit lines, these lines that act like pneumatic tubes, as I said before. Now, when we were over here in the woods, something did not like us be here. I could feel a negative presence. We're able to brush it aside. But often when you come in the woods, you can run into something because this is how they travel. They could, you know, they travel. So just be aware of that. I hope this helps. Thank you. Bye-bye. To learn more about fields of consciousness and ley lines, read Sacred Sites in North Star Country, Places in Greater New York State That Changed the World.